Hey guys, you ever want to play a Dragon Rider like an Aragon? Because those books were awesome, and I'd really like it'd be cool if I could just like go and do some really cool stuff, like ride a dragon like Saphira, or like maybe just be really cool. And also, I found a third-party archetype.
Dun 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 dun. B-sides.
Hello and welcome to Pathfinder B-Sides. I am your host, Professor Phoenix, and today we will be going over the Silver Champion Archetype for the Paladin class. If you want to be a badass dragon rider, this is the closest you can get without going third party, in my opinion. As always, let's get into the flavor text. Some paladins are almost always on the move, wandering from place to place and trying to show their dedication in their deeds rather than depending on mere words. Good aligned dragons are more likely to treat such paladins as they would treat other dragons, though perhaps not with the respect reserved for other true dragons, and evil dragons often target them as special threats. More rarely, a drake is so inspired by a paladin that it chooses to assist the paladin in all her actions. These drake allies see the benefit of a silver champion remaining mobile and understand the powerful threats the champion must face, and in time even consent to serve as their chosen paladins as a steed. Silver champions are often concerned by their drake allies' pragmatic natures, however, and are sure to treat them with respect, knowing that these lesser dragons must constantly be inspired to act on their better natures. This all sounds pretty cool, right? Prepare to think yourself underwhelmed. Deity. A silver champion must worship a god of good dragons. So, probably Apsu or Bahamut, unless your GM is using a world that has no dragon deity. And at 5th level, you get Drake Mount. At 5th level, a silver champion gains a Drake Companion. If the Drake Companion is at least one size larger than the silver champion, it gains the Mount Drake Power as a bonus power. However, a silver champion doesn't gain additional uses per day of Smite Evil at 4th, 10th, and 16th levels, and doesn't gain mercies at 6th, 12th, and 18th. This ability replaces Divine Bond, Channel Energy, Aura of Justice, and Aura of Righteousness, and alters Smite Evil and Mercy. Okay, so weird thing, I'm not going to cover the Drake itself as of right now, but in a later video. I will say that in the 10 sessions I've been playing the Silver Champion, I haven't missed the auras or channel energy. The mercies I'm missing haven't come up yet either. So far, my party has had a single attack from poison. I wish I had picked up that mercy, and I did the next time I got the chance, but it would have been the same if I had had the full amount of mercies. I'm not really missing them. Smite Evil I don't use as often as I should, but I save it up for when we're fighting something I know is going to need the extra damage to bring it down. I'm just saying, a lot of people online complain about what they are losing versus what they gain. I don't think any of them have really played the Silver Champion yet because it's way better than what it looks like. I'm not missing anything. I haven't had any of the other things that are taken away really be necessary. Now, let's go over what the Silver Champ gets for magical stuff. Dragon Magic. The Silver Champion does not have access to the normal Paladin spell list. She instead gains the 1st through 4th level spells of the domains Artifice, Good, Law, Scaly Kind, Travel, and the associated subdomains Archon, Construct, Dragon, Exploration, Toil, and Trade to her class spell list. A Silver Champion casts one fewer spell of each level than normal. If this reduces the number to less than 0, she can't cast spells of that level. This ability modifies the Paladin's spellcasting. So, this sounds bad. The spells you are losing are pretty decent, but to be fair, wouldn't fit thematically anyways. Instead, you're going to need to update all your information on what spells you can cast. I'll do you a favor, okay? I'm going to tell you which spells you get for each level, so you don't have to go out and find them. I'll even leave the list in the description. At 1st level, you get Animate Rope, Command, Divine Favor, Expeditious Retreat, Floating Disc, Longstrider, Magic Feign, Protection from Chaos and Evil. A bunch of these decent spells, But with low DCs, I would keep the spells Longstrider, Floating Disc, and Expeditious Retreat on as you can. Command is a really good spell, but unless you're building to have high DCs, and I'm talking an 18 or higher Charisma, it's just not worth it anything higher than level 7. At second level, you get Castigate, Align Weapon, Good or Law, Locate Object, Wood Shape, and Animal Trance. Here you should be keeping up with that Align spell or Locate Object. Wood Shape is cool, but the druid in your party has been doing it for a long time and probably better than you can now. Locate Object is great for when you really need to find that item in a building. I like to think of it as your deity placing a quest arrow above whatever you're looking for, at least in my mind. At third level, you get Draconic Reservoir, Prayer, Magic Against Evil or Chaos, Fly, Stone Shape, and Magic Fang, Greater. I know, at this point you should be able to fly because the local wizard can cast it on you all day. But that's if he's nice. Sometimes they charge you, and that's what it is. But like the Mighty Dragon, at least now you can control when you are, where you are. You won't be riding your Drake mount just yet. You've got a few levels to go, especially if you are medium-sized. Draconic Reservoir is cool, and it would flavor it to match whichever Drake type you picked at level 1. Kind of like you and your companion share a special, like a training montage, and now you can breathe fire. It's pretty cool. Stone Shape would be good if you could talk your team into letting you be the one to shape out the hole in the cave for you guys to sleep in. Or seal it up so there's a door to the cave. Or for you to get past that trap door into the room with the treasure in it. Basically, at this level there should be nothing stopping you from getting to where you need to be, except for your alignment restrictions, so no being the perfect assassin for you. At fourth level, you get Dragon's Breath, Poison, Minor Creation, Order's Wrath, Dimension Door, Holy Smite, Locate Creature, and Rebuke. Dimension Door and Locate Creature will be your faves. Again, because nothing can stop you from finding who you need and how to reach them. You still aren't riding that Drake, but you're so close. Now, I'm going to talk for a second about the diminished spellcasting. I honestly haven't noticed it. I've been removing the one spell known a day, like the extra spell slot or whatever. I've been taking one of them away a day, and so far I have never cast my entire spell list. I don't know if that's because I have a wizard and a cleric in the party, but yeah, I haven't had to really worry about it. I've always had the spells ready just in case, we needed one of them. But honestly, I kind of feel like it's all utility, so you could always do what the cleric does and just leave the spell slots blank and learn them when you need them. So like you basically go into like a prayer to Apsu or Bahamut going, Bahamut, I need you to allow me to shape this stone. And say that for like 15 minutes straight, and suddenly, poof, you can move the stone. So that's my opinion on the whole diminished spellcasting thing. Now, I'm just going to talk about, for this archetype, how the Drake Companions worked out for me. I'm sure that there's enough builds out there for the Drake to basically be the best thing for the party or the worst thing, depending on how you do it. And ultimately, I'm going to go over all of the different mechanics for the Drake itself in another video, because that is a class all to itself, Animal Companions and then Drake Companions. So there we are. Overall, I loved my Drake. I named him Urinlol, and he is a great addition to the party. I modeled him after a copper dragon, so he's very tricksy. He likes to talk. He plays game and is basically my character's foil. Strength-wise, he keeps up as he grows in size. His damage keeps up with mine, and his breath weapon comes in handy just as often. There are a lot of different builds you can do for the Drake, but you're only limited by your imagination. Finally, you do gain the mount power for free once your Drake is one size larger than you. For the most part, I feel like the Drake is worth everything you trade for it. So now that I've gone over the archetype, I'd like to rate it. For role playability, this archetype is amazing. You are basically there to teach this little Drake how to be good and just, and you lead by example. The more good you are, the more you can justify your Drake doing good when you aren't around. Same for how law-abiding it is. I love it. I love having the little moments where you're teaching it about your deity's thoughts and basically just having like a good debate, and then watching your teammates in game and IRL just go, that thing is so dumb, I can't believe you're losing it. And then like 8 sessions later, they're like, holy crap, that thing can fly around, breathe fire, and it can also just rip apart anything it sees. Bro. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for roleplay ability. Now for gameplay ability, this was rough. In the early levels, my companion was great for plot, and around the table he was forgotten unless he came up, and in game it was assumed he was in my armor or on my shoulder the whole time. In combat, I was more worried he could die at any time. It stayed this way until around maybe level 9ish. I started sending him out to attack the small fries while I would go for the big bad. Still cool. As you level up, your Drake gets better and you worry less about your companion. You can heal him when you feel the need to. Once you're higher in levels, you can ride your Drake and be the closest in-game equivalent to a Dragon Rider without going third party. I gotta say, it's not good all the time throughout the entire rise in levels. It starts being better around level 7 and up. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for gameplay ability. Overall, this archetype gets an 8 out of 10. It gets a lot of things I like. Dragons, being a badass paladin, and best of all, that stick of righteousness shoved right up your pooper, like a proper paladin. So, that's it for the Silver Champion Archetype. Thanks for paying attention. I'm going to be working on getting more videos out sooner rather than later. I think the next video I'm going to tackle will probably be the actual Drake companion. And as for announcements, I'm actually working on a one-shot that will be around when we hit maybe 300 or 400 subscribers. So you guys be keeping an eye out for any weird or strange archetypes you'd like to play, especially for a one-shot. If you have questions, I guess, message me or send me an email or something. Or better yet, join the Discord. We can talk about it. Give me ideas for what you'd like to see in a one-shot versus, things that you see in every single campaign you ever play. So, yep, that's it. Thanks. Take it easy and keep gaming.
I don't have a catch line or a catchphrase to play me out of the video, so I'm just gonna sing and sing until you guys just click off. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm just gonna thank you for watching the video.